right, welcome. I'm going to confess, Shemeka is forcing me to talk about this next topic. I normally don't allow this, but she insisted. You guys know I'm reluctant to really talk about Dwyane Wade and his child, but Shemeka called me all kinds of names and said I'd be a punk if I didn't talk about it. Shemeka wants to talk about, bring Shemeka up, she wants to talk about Dwyane Wade and his son, Zaire, and they're launching something called Translatable. Let's play the clip of Dwyane Wade promoting Translatable.
Welcome to Translatable. I'm Dwyane Wade.
And I'm Zaire Wade, and yeah, welcome to Translatable. Translatable aims to serve as a community safe space for youth to express themselves through a number of creative outlets. Here at Translatable, we focus on communities of color, center the most marginalized, and emphasize the importance of parents and family.
Translatable is also a resource hub for parents, families, and support system of the LGBTQIA+ youth. For our family, we were blessed to have a community of supporters and knowledgeable experts who could swiftly arm us with the tools we needed to support Zaya in her journey. We recognize the lack of digestible and relatable information available to youth and families, especially communities of color. And to this day, we are still learning. I'm so very proud of the daughter that I've had the opportunity to raise. She has been my biggest educator and inspiration of what it means to be true to you. That's why it's so important to create a collaborative space for the community to participate in the conversation and express themselves freely.
Now let's have some fun. Over the next few months, we'll be rolling out content, resource guides, and interactive features where we can hear from you.
We want to emphasize that the learning never stops. You can expect to see ever evolving content and resources to keep you up to date on Translatable.
So make sure to sign up for email updates. We're just getting started.
So, Shemeka, why are you forcing? Floor is yours. Why are you forcing me to talk about this?
Well, Jason, because growth requires sacrifice. So I appreciate you sacrificing the way that you feel about Dwyane Wade to actually have this important conversation. Because as we notice, this website is designed for youth. He said it's for the youth and their families, and I can't understand why we are pushing this on young kids. You can't drive until you're 16. You can't vote until you're 18. You can't smoke. You can't drink until you're 21. Why are we letting kids make such a grave decision so young? I knew a little boy at 12 who wanted to be Spider-Man. The fact that he let his son decide, because that's when he first came out, he was 12, decide that he wanted to be a girl because of the way he was feeling, it's terrible parenting.
So I'm going to give my opinion on this, but before I do that, and it will be a very hot take, before I do that, I just want to take care of one of our great sponsors. This episode is brought to you by First Cup Coffee Company. First Cup is a Christian-owned patriot coffee company that stands for core values, family, and building community across the nation. First Cup's freshly roasted beans are delivered in ground or whole bean texture, pods, and bulk. There are 11 roast profiles to choose from, each one named after a piece of this great country's history, like the Washington, named after America's first president, or my favorite, the John Hancock, named after the first founding father to proudly sign the Declaration of Independence. First Cup doesn't sell burnt coffee like Starbucks and all the other guys. All coffee is shipped within days of being roasted, and each subscription offers free shipping and the flexibility to cancel at any time. Go to firstcup.com and use the promo code FEARLESS and save an additional 10% on your order. And if you subscribe, save an additional 10% for the life of your subscription. Enjoy your First Cup. I do. I'm just going to be honest with you. Watching that video legitimately hurt my stomach. And I'm not trying to be overly dramatic. I'm just uncomfortable watching Dwyane Wade, his child, or anybody talk this way. I do, just in transparency, I feel like, perhaps foolishly, but it's just the feeling I've had overwhelmingly, is that Dwyane Wade is an important voice, and he's going to snap out of whatever mental issue or this, almost like a trance he's in. And I say this sincerely. I love the way the guy carried himself on the basketball court. Love the way he honors his father. I think that the marriage to Gabrielle Union, a mistake, and it's brought him in more deeply into the Hollywood world. If Dwyane Wade were married to just a normal church-going woman, I don't think he would be involved with this. I don't think he'd be handling his son the way that he is. And look, maybe I'm making a bunch of excuses. I'm not personal friends with Dwyane Wade. I don't know if I've ever spent any social time with Dwyane Wade. I've been to some games and interviewed him at the height of his career when he and LeBron were playing against each other. I just feel like I haven't given up hope that Dwyane Wade's going to snap out of this and find a better and a different way, a more biblical way of dealing with his son. And so perhaps naively, that's why I'm uncomfortable talking about it. It hurt me to watch that. And not because the emotion isn't, it's like, how did we get here? How did we get here where our athletic alleged heroes are, masculine heroes are the leaders of this kind of delusion? It just upsets me, and it makes me feel like, man, if they got D Wade, they'll get us all, or this is hopeless. But I'm not giving up hope on Dwyane Wade, and that's why I don't want to badmouth him. I feel sorry for him.
You said he was I thought you said a trance, but you said a trance, I guess. Because I do think it matters the wife that he has. We look at Ahab marrying Jezebel. It said that he angered God more than any other king of Israel. So I do think the wife matters, but I think that she gave Dwyane Wade the space to come out the closet a little bit. So maybe if he had another wife, he would still be in the closet and still, put his foot down when it comes to himself and his son. But this man is walking around painting his fingernails, wearing pearls, dyeing his hair. He's doing all of these feminine things. And he let his wife sit on national television and tell the world he likes his salad toss. I just think that he hasn't been the man that he's supposed to be. I appreciate the way he honors his father, but I don't think he's honoring his son and any other man that looks up to him that may face these types of issues. And I think we're here because we refuse to shame some of the people that we like the most. He can be a great man, but what he is doing with his son is not great, because at the end of the day, when they go dig Zaya Wade up, it's going to say this was a boy with XY chromosomes. And to just allow this boy to live in delusion is not good.
Look, I may be making excuses, and I'm trying to find that, and maybe it's not. Is Gabrielle Union, is she still on Twitter? Maybe she's not, because years ago, I can't remember how many years ago, maybe it was 10 years ago, she got very aggressive with me in a DM exchange on Twitter. And it took all of my man, I ain't gonna disrespect this man's wife. I'm gonna, have a civil response or whatever. But she just got very aggressive with me, and I can't remember what it was about. something I had said publicly, and this had 10, 11 years ago. And that's when I just started thinking like, oh, man, this dude he's got a live one on his hands. And you know, she, and so it's, and I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it reminds me of my brother and his first wife. And my brother's first wife was a nightmare. And all we could do was pray and hope that it ended, and it ended very quickly. And you know, my brother was in over his head with a aggressive ghetto woman that just he wasn't. It was just a total mismatch personality wise, and that's what I think, perhaps naively, is going on with Dwyane Wade. Is he's got himself involved with a woman who is just too much. She's in that Hollywood cult. She done buried the man's drawers in the backyard somewhere. Oh, yeah, she blocked me. She blocked me. That's why I can't get the messages. That's why I can't get the messages anymore. But that perhaps naively, I don't think Dwyane Wade is gay. I really don't. And I get why people do. He's certainly setting off people's gaydar, but I don't believe it. And I believe foolishly, I'm just telling you, in the next 5 years, I think D Wade's going to be on our team and not on the demonic Hollywood team. I really believe that.
You know, I have to say on behalf of your brother, as bad as his wife may have been, I don't think I could see him in pearls with it in sleeveless vests and his nails painted. So I just
Will
feel
not
like
happen.
some
Would
of
not.
this,
Yeah.
some of this is
He got
Dwyane Wade.
divorced. He manned up and got divorced. Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know, I agree. Gabrielle Union, you know, she was raped before. I do feel like she still holds anger towards men. And I think she's more comfortable around men that aren't masculine or aren't very manly. And so to me, this is perfect for her to not only watch her son castrate himself, but to just get in the business of supporting any other person, any other man that wants to do this. She tried to verbally castrate you in your DMs, and now she's castrating her son, Dwyane Wade, and all of these young boys that she wants to support, and these families to tell them it's okay when it's not okay. Gabrielle Union should be shamed, but because we like her for all of the movies she's played in, she's been around for so long, a lot of people will applaud her opposed to calling her the Jezebel that she really is. She's Jezebel spelled with a G.
Look, I think that a lot of particularly black men fell for the gimmick of you just ain't man enough for a strong black woman. You need a woman that's gonna challenge you. And I'm just off top, I just always rejected that. Like, you know how hard, this stuff is I'm doing in my career? You think I wanna come home and be challenged and, wrestling with somebody? No, mentally, and, and so people would get upset with me and say, oh, you just can't deal with a strong black woman. No, I can't. And I'm just not gonna do. She ain't gonna like me. I ain't gonna like her. We'll just be at war. And so I just think Dwyane Wade fell for that trap, that programming that, man, you need a black woman that's gonna challenge you and blah blah blah. And I've seen so many guys fall for that trap and wear it as a badge of honor. My wife, she does X, Y, and Z, and she will challenge me on this and that. And again, you don't want your wife to roll over, but you do want her to play her role, play her position. And D Wade just stepped out here and had kids. And again, take my brother, it was easier for him to walk away. They didn't have kids. And, the whole family, we all celebrated when he did get the divorce. and he, he stuck his hand on that fire. Ooh, that fire's hot. And he ended up marrying a woman that fit his personality. He doubled back and got someone that, came from a 2-parent home, bit more suburban, none of that ghetto BS. And so I just have the same hope. It's just going to be a longer process. This is a Hollywood star, celebrity. There was a time when I thought like, oh yeah, they're the ideal power couple. And I could see Dwyane Wade falling into that trap thinking, hey, this is the American dream. We're a power couple. And next thing you know, he found out who's got the real power. It's that witch that knows that magic.
Absolutely. And for the men that are falling for that, you can't handle a strong Black woman, or these women that are walking around here saying, I need a man that can handle me. That's probably why we see so many American Black women running around here acting like zoo animals. We don't need to be handled. You need to be able to handle and carry yourself like you have some dignity.
I'm not going to try to top that. We're just going to end on that note. Her email address is Shemeka Michelle at shesaidthat.com, not me. Don't send those emails to me. Shemeka Michelle at shesaidthatnotme.com. Thank you, Shemeka. Wow. We'll see you next time. Don't miss a second of Fearless. Hit that like button and subscribe to keep up with our latest content.